Today we're going from this to this for easy beach waves. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be showing you how to do your own beach wave. This has come from a request over on Instagram. I posted something up from the pro channel, so if anyone's here to learn how to do beach waves onto a client, then you can go and check out this video, which is over on the other channel. If you're here to do DIY, then stick around. I know there's going to be tons of comments below about how much hair I've got, but I always mention in every video different ways to help skin types and different hair types. So keep watching because there will still be tips for you too. So I have dried my hair already. Using the dryer, you want to make sure the nozzle is pointing down the hair so it won't make your hair too frizzy. Gone through with a little bit of Moroccanoil treatment. This stuff is really lovely. I put a little bit of that through. If you are on the finer side, don't use that, or if you're very shiny hair naturally, don't use that. It's a little bit of heat protector. What I always recommend using on finer or slippy hair types is the Body Crafter from WELLA, which is a volumizing spray that roughs the cuticle up and helps it grab and curl better. The Super Set spray, which is a curl enhancer. If you use a spray, because that will make it nice and light, it's not going to weigh your hair down with a cream or anything like that. And you can always use a little bit of dry shampoo or salt spray. My favourite salt spray is Bumble and Bumble. Make sure your hair is bone dry. You don't want it to wet because otherwise it'll go frizzy later on. We're working with the BABYLISS Pro Iron. This is probably what, an inch thick? Go from behind the ears. Always work quite methodical so it makes it easier for you. So I'm going to start with some of the Ocean Spritz. This is another from the WELLA range that I like to use. This is like their version of salt spray. A little bit stickier and heavier, where the Bumble and Bum one's a bit more dispersed, so I do prefer that one. And I'm going to use their Thermal Image, which is a heat protector. This is new. Get a chunk of hair. You don't want it to be too thick. If your curls come out too ringlety, then you'll want to go back and do it in a slightly thicker section. And I'm just going to use the iron like a wand. So you just pop in your head. So I'm putting my arm around the back of my head and then we just hold it on. So I'm holding the ends of the hair. You can take that around more if you like. And you just want to use a finger on your hair to make sure the heat is going through. Time I work with a section, I bring it round to the front. So you could use a little pincer clip if your hair's shorter, something like this, and pin it forward at the top so the curl's coming forward. Just remember, underneath it's not that major if you can't get the curl big, because you're only going to see the very ends of this anyway. And take it out. And then we're left with this section at the back, so I'm just going to half that. Okay, that is the first section, so you're not going to touch them. If your hair is naturally very curly, you might want to start going through these and dragging them out because your hair will spring up. Mine is a bit more of a hormonal hair that just likes to have a mind of its own. Finer. Take bigger sections. Definitely use the volumizing spray. Be careful as well, sometimes if curls aren't taken, that can sometimes be because your shampoo and conditioner that you've used before is a little bit too heavy. Use a build-up remover shampoo or something like that will get rid of anything that's lying about in your hair. Take the section above and you might find around these parts around the front of your face you won't need to leave them as long. Holding the barrel down, I'm holding onto the hair and I'm not letting go of the hair, so as I take it round it's twisting in my hand, you see? Taking it round and it'll twist again. And then just hold your finger on the hair piece just so you can feel that the heat's come through. And drop it. Now, if you're shorter, you might want to go for a thinner iron than this. I'm taking that round and I'm just wrapping it, leaving the ends free. So if these were a little bit too frizzy, it's following in this direction, so you'll take the iron with the arm into there and just drag through, and that will just smooth out those ends if they were frizzy. That's quite a big section. Okay, so as we come to do these front pieces and take it all back off my face, just curl this whichever way. Last pieces. So it's basically all you're doing is holding a piece of hair, wrapping it around the iron. So this iron's great because you can still use it if you want to polish the ends or if you want to do more of a polished curl, but it's also great because you can just wrap it around like you would a wand and use it exactly the same to get yourself a beach wave. So it's an extremely versatile iron, and it's also got a temperature gauge. I've got these set at 23. I never really like to go up to the top one. And that's it. Just whiz them round, curl the hair. Don't worry about bits hanging out because that just adds to your little beachy looks. That is it. So as that starts to cool now, we will just start to shake the hair out. And that is it. So you can shake as much as you like. You can pop a little bit of polish through the ends, or you can add a bit of dry shampoo if you feel like it's going to drop. If I have clients that have very straight hair, then a curl is enough to feel volumized. But if you feel like the top is just sat, not really doing much, then grab yourself a backcombing brush, and then you're just going to take the top, so you're about 1 inch from your hairline, from the centre part, or whichever part you've got, go underneath and push in a little bit of backcombing there so it lifts. Pop in a little bit here and then flip it back, and you'll get more root lift, so it'll make your hair look thicker, and it'll be a little bit of a camouflage and a trick of the eye. Spray that with a bit of hairspray underneath it first before you flip it over, and that is it. A bit of the Moroccanoil, tiny bit through your hands, and just take that through the ends, and it'll add a little bit of gloss. Or you can go through with some dry shampoo. When we say dry shampoo, you don't have to go into the roots, you're going through all the mid lengths and ends, and that will just rough the hair up. Turn your head upside down, spray it into the root, spray it through the mid lengths and ends, and it will just help texturize it that little bit more. And that is it. So easy. So you can wrap it every which way. If you can't see what you're doing, it doesn't matter, just keep like winding it, whichever. Thanks to Katie over on Instagram for this request. She'd seen this on one of our pro tutorials, so I've done this as a DIY. If there's anything else you would like to see or you're struggling with, drop me in the comments below or come and let me know over on Instagram. Thank you so much for sending your suggestions, and thank you for watching. I will see you next week.